I talk, right? You remember me, right? So, when I was invited to come to speak at Ju'aymah, I was excited. I couldn't wait to get here because after the presentation I did last time, we had lunch, and I had the best mandi I ever had. So I was looking forward for some of that great mandi that I had when I came here the first time. But I think it was yesterday, Muyad. I called Muyad and I said, I'm looking forward to coming back to Ju'aymah. And he said, you know, I'm sorry, Nashid, but we are not going to have the mandi. So,
the group Monday will not be, but Saeed can take you to the Rahim.
This time we'll have sushi.
And he promised to take me to this wonderful mandi place that has camel mandi. But I was saying, you know, but then I thought, again, you know, it was not just the mandi that I enjoyed when I came to Ju'aymah, it was all the wonderful people that I met. And, you know, so I said, wow, even without the mandi, I can leave that behind. I'm coming to Ju'aymah to meet you guys, and hopefully you'll find in what I have to say in my words to be meaningful to you. Just a little bit about myself. I have been with Aramco for about 15 years. I worked for IBM in the U.S. for many, many years. Right now, I work as a technical advisor in the Upstream Professional Development Center. I'm responsible for developing the curriculum and the courses for the geoscientists, the geophysicists, the geologists, and the computer scientists who use, you know, the software and the hardware to support, you know, our geoscientists in Aramco. But it's a pleasure to be here. And I'm going to talk to you not as if you're an Aramcons. I'm going to talk to you as if you're a human being. It's a person. Okay, because I'm hoping that the words that I share with you in my presentation would be motivational, not just only for what you do at Aramco, but in all of your life. So with that, I want to, well, really it's not a presentation until I get to that point. I want to start my speech by quoting a poem. Life is a journey for our souls. Yes, indeed, life is a journey towards a goal. We board life's ship as weak, helpless babies, freed from our mother's wombs, and we leave life's ship as a lifeless corpse that is placed into a tomb. But really, is that all there is to life? To be born, to live, and to die? Well, I think that there's more, much more to life than that. And I hope today I can share with you some of my thoughts about what I think the purpose of our life should be. Now, when I look at nature, I see a lot of great signs that give messages to my mind about what life should be. I see how the day become the night become the day. I see how we have our different changes in the seasons, from winter, spring, summer, fall. I see how a seed, a small little hard object that is placed into the earth, and with water and sunlight, that grows into a plant and even to a tremendous tree, and then dies. Then I see human beings as well as animals that come into this world as, you know, babies who grow and then in time they die. So the message I get when I look at nature about life is that life is about changes. Life is about transformation. But transformation to what end? To what purpose? And the best answer I got for looking at what the human life should be like when I look at nature is looking at the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly. Now, a caterpillar begins its life as an egg that's deposited on a leaf. And in time, that egg is transformed into caterpillars. And when it becomes a caterpillar, it eats all day. It has a voracious appetite. You've heard of a locust, right? How locust destroys the crops of many farmers. It has a voracious appetite to eat. And when it's ready and it has eaten enough, it starts the process. But when the caterpillar eats, it doesn't just eat to increase its waistline like many of us. It eats for a purpose, and that purpose is for transformation. And when it's ready to transform, it starts the process of metamorphosis from a caterpillar. My light is not showing here, but it goes through its stages, and then it becomes a new being with powers and capabilities that it never had before. It can now fly and defy the pull of gravity that kept it as a creepy, crawly creature on earth. And that butterfly is a beautiful creature with spectacular colors, shapes, and forms. But unlike the caterpillar, if the caterpillar had to get from point A to point B and there was some trash in the way, that caterpillar would have to take his whole body through the muck and mire of that trash and get it all over itself in order to reach its destination. But the butterfly can simply fly over that trash and not get any of it on itself. Dear Ju'aymah engineers, I believe that the purpose of our life is for transformation to reach our highest potential. Just like that caterpillar that went through stages of development to reach and become a butterfly. And to me, the highest level that we can reach as human beings in terms of our development and transformation is to become a rationally spiritual person. A rational person striving to reach the highest level of enlightenment, driven by a caterpillar appetite for knowledge, intellectual development, but at the same time growing spiritually in terms of our consciousness and awareness. And just like that butterfly that can fly over trash to reach its goals, when we have become rationally spiritual people, we don't have to use or be subjected to the gravity of trashy human weaknesses to accomplish our goals. As a rationally spiritual person, I don't have to go through the muck and mire of corruption to achieve my goals. I don't have to go through the muck and mire of deception and lies to achieve my goals. I don't have to go through the muck and mire of selfishness and greed to achieve my goal. And I don't have to go through the muck and mire of wasta to achieve my goals. But like that butterfly, I can fly on the wings of human excellence and enlightenment without using arrogance or any other human weaknesses to achieve my goals. So, dear Ju'aymah engineers, I believe that the purpose of our lives is for us to reach our highest potential, to be the best that we can be. But why is it important for me to come and tell you this? I think some of you already know that. But the reason for that is because you, and I are exactly today what we have made of ourselves as a result of our thoughts, our desires, and our action. And we will be no more, no less in the future than what we make of ourselves as a result of our thoughts, our desires, and our actions. Our destiny is in our own hands. And as the Quran says, the human being will get nothing but what they strive for. When I became aware of this, I was living a creepy, crawly caterpillar life in the streets of New York City. Aimless, failing all my subjects in school, and doing a whole lot of negative things that I'm ashamed to tell you about because I still want you to like me after this speech. But when I became aware of this, it gave purpose to my life, and I started a metamorphosis of change, of development, and I began dipping my personality in the bucket of curiosity to paint the pursuit of knowledge and intelligence on my character. I began dipping my personality in the bucket of truthfulness to paint honesty on my character. I began dipping my personality in the bucket of self-control to paint gentleness and control over my anger. I began dipping my personality in the bucket of love and care to paint excellence and integrity on my character. And as a result, I gave up all those negative things that I was involved with. And I went from being an F student to an A student and to graduate from one of the best universities in the world, MIT. And today, because of all that dipping and coloring, I stand before you as a beautiful butterfly. Don't you think I'm beautiful? Let me show you my beautiful colors. But dear Ju'aymah engineers, what is the purpose of life for each one of you? Is it to live a caterpillar life of unrealized potential? Or is it the metamorphosis into a human butterfly to achieve your highest potential, to be the best that you can be? Life is a journey for our souls. Yes, indeed, life is a journey for a goal. And when the captain of life's ship comes to you and me and yells with a loud voice, "Last stop, death," what it would be for you? Would you walk off life's ship satisfied and confident, knowing that you were striving to reach your highest potential? Or would you walk off life's ship simply as someone who was born, who lived, and died? The choice is yours. I hope my words inspire you, and I hope that you would take what I say and look at the sign of the caterpillar as a message to you in terms of how it transformed itself into a butterfly, to inspire you to be the best that you can be in all that you do. The speech that I gave just now, I'm hoping that you see it as a motivational speech, an inspiring speech, but it was something that I didn't know I had the capability to do. How many of you are familiar with Toastmasters? Or heard about Toastmasters?
We heard it.
Right. This speech that I gave was my 10th project in Toastmasters. And basically, Toastmasters is an organization that Aramco sponsors that helps to develop our communication and leadership skills. And I think it may be a good thing for you to investigate here at Ju'aymah to have a Toastmasters club or something to help the development of communication and leadership skills, because even this speech that I gave is actually my 10th speech in the different levels of development. But I have seen a lot of young Saudis who come in with no speaking skills, no communication skills, or little I should say, and in a short period of time they develop themselves to be great speakers. And it's like watching that caterpillar become a butterfly. And with all of us, you know, with all of us, we all have great potential within ourselves, great things that we have to do. And if we are shy or afraid to express ourselves, if we are shy or afraid to speak and to let what we know inside be known, then we are like suppressing ourselves. We are keeping ourselves on that caterpillar level of development. So I encourage you to check out Toastmasters as something to help you develop yourself. And I also encourage you to do not limit your own development. Do not be shy to bring out the best that you can be in this short period of time between birth and death that we call life. So with that, do you have any questions?
Yes, I have a question here.
Yes, sir.
You said you have a breaking moment in your life.
Yes.
That has changed you to from
Yes.
negative side, which we didn't want to know,
Smart man.
to this positive side.
Yes.
What were those conditions around you, circumstances, events around you that somehow pushed you to have that breaking moment?
Right. A lot of it, I would say the main thing was my dissatisfaction with life. I had a lot of life-threatening experiences because of the things that I was involved in. Now, my parents, you know, they sent me and my brothers and sisters to private elementary school. I was an A student in elementary school. But when I graduated from elementary school and went to the New York City public high schools, things changed. I started hanging around with the wrong kind of people and doing the wrong things. And inside of me, there was a dissatisfaction. And as a result of that dissatisfaction, I began searching, you know, for something to change my life.
If you want to go deeper, what has moved this dissatisfaction inside of you?
Well, what has moved the dissatisfaction, I would say, would be my life, looking at how my life was at that time, okay? It was something, in fact, I remember my sister, she saw me one time, and she came back and she said to me, you know, you are going down. You know, I mean, I was just terrible. But inside of everybody, every person, there's a conscience. And really, you know, even though it was fun doing the things that I thought was cool and so forth, there was something inside me that was not satisfied with it.
So the secret is getting that conscious awake.
Yeah, the secret is first, you know, they say dissatisfaction is a mother of change. If a person is happy with doing those things, there's nothing you can do to change them because they're still happy with it. But the moment you can show them that life can be better, it don't have to be that way. There's greater windows for achievement, greater things that they can do with their life. It can cause that change to take place.
When you, as you said, you were at the wrong direction, I'm sure you had some friends.
Yes.
You had a long run with them.
Yes.
They were close to you.
Yes.
How did you get rid of them? It's very difficult to get
Yeah.
rid of someone that
Well-
you had a good conversation with them.
Well, you see, I was very aggressive. My best friend, we used to call him Bugs in the streets of New York, because you know Bugs Bunny, the character.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny was always smart and cool and slick. So my best friend was Bugs. I went to them, and I tried to change them.
You tried to change
Yeah, I
it.
tried to change them.
And how did it go?
Well, at least Bugs, for one. Bugs is a psychiatrist today. He changed. Others didn't. You know?
What do you do with the others?
The others, I kept good relations with
You
them.
still have?
You know, I don't know. It's been a long time. Some of them are dead today, to be honest with you. Some of them are other circumstances. But I tried, because I knew it worked for me, to change them. So that's what happened.
Because it's very, very difficult sometimes to just suddenly cut a relationship with someone that you had a good time with.
Yeah, and that's not what I did though. You know, I really went back and said, look, you know, I tried to change them as much as possible. So some people cut their relationship with me because they say they don't want to be with this guy. He's a goody two-shoes or whatever they want to call me, that I've changed. But they didn't want to continue their friendship with me. But my goal was to see what I can do to change that.
So you think it's possible to have somebody or somebody's conscious awake without going through the dissatisfaction moment?
Yeah. Well, I went through that. This is my personal story, you know, that led me to where I am. But there's a lot of people who I know from just reading something. They didn't have to be living, you know, these other circumstances. Just being exposed to a new idea, something that they didn't know before, changed their life. You know, and just people who are curious about different things in life, they can learn things that can cause them to change.
Or reading the story of some people. Could be.
Sure. Just reading the story, sure. And one of the things, just saying that, you know, I don't know if you ever heard of the Malcolm X. I don't know if you heard of Malcolm X. I read his life, and his life, read the story about his life, had a big influence on me as well, you know, to change. But strive is in a race to achieve the goal of excellence in all that you do. I hope that's the message you got. Whether it's here in Juaymah or in your personal life, to
Or
just
sometimes
be the
even
best
if you
you
have a
can.
model
Yes, a model. Exactly.
of a prophet or
Sure.
anybody, any leader. That's a
Agree.
model to you. One day you wake up and say, he's my model.
Sure.
So at this level of maturity now, the understanding you have, you think you will not change anymore?
I hope I change for the better. I hope I really become a butterfly and become beautiful.
So keep flying, huh?
I can fly. Well, change is constant. It never changes. You know, and the idea is to just keep elevating yourself more and more into higher and higher stages of excellence.
If you stay the same for so many years, then it's a failure.
Yeah, that's true.
But probably it's a slower rate as you age.
Yeah. Well,
So
well,
now,
I don't know. I want it to be fair because I really want to fly one day.
so now I understand the song when he said, "I can think I can fly."
Yes, I believe I can fly.
I believe I can fly.
Exactly. Sure. Okay. Well, thank you for listening to me. I hope it was beneficial.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nashid, for the inspirational speech. Now we're going to give the floor to Abu Amr for just some closing remarks.